Puppy Patrol number 17, Best of Friends, page 16 and 17. A great scuffling and bumping in the van as if she were determined to get out. She scratched furiously on the windows. Her claws rattled on the glass as if she's all right, said Emily. Be careful, said Neil as Terry unlocked the back of the van. The spaniel might have ringworms, so don't touch her. Emily didn't want to risk catching ringworm again. She had it before, and it was unbearable. It had been horrible not being able to scratch and itch for 2 weeks. Then the paramedics emerged from the house. Looks like they have Maudie to come out, said Terry. Neil turned a scowling face towards the house. It was difficult for him to feel sympathy for Maudie. 2 paramedics eased the wheelchair gently over the doorstep, taking care not to bump it. It was hard to see the face of the small woman slumped in the chair. Her head hung down, and she was shaking as if in shock. Her injured arm was in a temporary sling, and a blanket had been tucked over her knees. At the gate, she turned her head and said something to Terry, who squatted down beside her to listen. The Yorkie wagged his tail and nuzzled her leg. Poor old thing, said Chris. She looks terrible. Miss Maudie's voice was weak, and Neil moved in close to hear what was going on. On the Labrador sat faithfully beside her. I'm not going anywhere, Maudie said. Her voice was shaky but determined. I can't leave until I know my dogs are properly looked after. Properly looked after, thought Neil. After the way she had treated them? I told you, Maudie, said Terry. I'll take good care of your dogs. But if you take them, I won't get them back, said Maudie, and her eyes filled with tears. That's not so necessarily true, said Toddy. But Maudie wouldn't listen. Could you just arrange someone to just help out a bit? Please, said Maudie. If the SPCA takes my dogs, I'll never see them again. With one hand, she gripped the arm of the wheelchair, and she struggled to stand, swaying as it gently settled down by the paramedics. It's no good. I just can't think of it. They miss me so much. Poor little Yappy and Laurel and the Spaniard. King Street Kennel could take them, said Neil flatly. Terry and Maudie looked at him. Terry nodded. If you really don't want to sign them over to me, it might be the best thing to do. She agreed. She tucked the blanket more securely around her knees. Okay? So question 1. So, who was going in with the paramedics? Who did the paramedics put in the wheelchair? Who did the paramedics put in the wheelchair? What was wrong with her? What was wrong with her? When she got outside, how did she look? When she got outside, how did Maudie look? She said she wouldn't go anywhere until what? She said she wouldn't go anywhere until what? And why? Why do you think Neil got upset when she said properly looked after them? Why did Neil get upset when she said properly looked at them? Okay, that's it.